Here with Robert Garcia. Robert Garcia, big night for you and the team and everything. I was there at the beginning of Vergil's camp, in the middle, didn't show up at the end, but I know what you guys were working on. Did this fight go as calculated, or did it end too early?
Look, it did end a little bit earlier than we expected. We trained for a championship fight, 12-round fights, but we all expected Vergil to win by knockout. But I myself, we talked about, me, Senior, Beltran, we talked about it before we walked out in the ring. We're like, what do you think? And we're like, this and that. I gave it 8 to 9 rounds. I always said 8-9 rounds, because I did believe in Vergil's power and condition and training camp to win by knockout. But I gave it 8 to 9 rounds. We did not expect,
what we saw,
second round knockout.
Yeah.
But look, even in the break after the first round, my instructions were, we got 12 rounds. Pace yourselves. Be smart. But Vergil sees during the round. Vergil sees the opening, takes advantage of it. Lubin goes to the ropes. Vergil, you're a dead man if you go to the ropes against Vergil. Vergil took advantage of it and knocked him out. Landed the perfect punch and knocked him out. So how better can it get? You know what I mean?
Talk to us about that in the middle of the round, because we were sitting right there where we could have the clear view of Vergil's corner. You brought the stool, you sat him down, and you started talking to him. You already said about the instructions, but what was he saying back to you? What was Vergil saying? What am I seeing here?
No, Vergil listens, and Vergil knows that was start smart. The first 3 rounds, let's study. Let's try to see what Lubin is. Because they have a game plan. Yeah, we have a game plan. So we got to see. The first 2-3 rounds, I kind of focus on my opponent. I got to see, what kind of his footwork, his punches, what he's looking for, and I was telling Vergil during the fight, and even the Beltran and Vergil Sr. He's looking for that right. Lubin's looking for that opening, that punch to catch Vergil, off guard. But Vergil's smart. Vergil's a smart kid. He did what he had to do. He was smart about it, and he seen the opening and took advantage of it. Like I told you, we expected that. We expected 8 to 9 rounds, but Vergil seen it in the second and took advantage of it and got him out. Am I gonna be mad at him because I wanted him to be a little bit, pace yourself 2 or 3 rounds? No, he sees that opening and go after it. In boxing, you don't get paid for, you don't get
paid for overtime. As you stated, you but expected.
We expected
8 to 9 rounds.
Yes.
When you saw it and you saw the ref call it off, what were you immediately thinking? What were you thinking?
Oh well, we already won, so I forget about the win. I'm looking at my opponent, and he's hurt. And what's the first thing that the commissioners do and everything? Bring the stool in. So I already know that, bro. The commissioners don't have to tell me. They were trying to tell me, get the stool in. No, I already know. I'm already walking in with the stool. I put the stool in, jump in the ring, grab it, and take it to my opponent.
To Lubin. I'm
not worried about Vergil. Vergil's celebrating.
Yeah.
Because he already won by knockout. I want to make sure that my opponent's okay, because this is a sport. He's a great person. He's got to go to his family too. He's got to go to his family back to Florida. He's got to go to his, maybe they were here, I don't know. But he has a family. So I went, put the stool, sat him down, put water on his head. And at the moment that I was going to start taking his gloves up, because that's the first thing you want to do. You want to make sure that there's no circulation on it. Take the gloves off. Then his team came in, and the commission told me his team is here. So that's when I walked away. But my first reaction wasn't go celebrate with Vergil. Vergil's already won. He already won. He's already celebrating. I want to make sure my opponent's okay. I want to make sure he's good. he was still hurt. When I got there, he was still hurt. He was still pretty bad. So I put the stool, sat him down. Once he sat, I put water on his head. Then I started working on maybe taking off his gloves, but that's when his team came in and I walked away.
Talk to us about that, the fraternity, the brotherhood that is boxing. Obviously, you're a trainer, you're an ex-fighter, ex-champion and everything like that. It's just instilled in you to do things like that, right?
Look, it's because that's boxing, bro. Boxing's a sport. Boxing's a, I'm not going to go out there and fuck you, you got to knock the fuck out. No. Even if there was problems before the fight, the day of the weigh-in, even if there was people in his team talking shit, no, he's a fucking human being. He's got family. This is a sport. He's got people to go to. He's got a mom, a dad, that want to see him go home. I see all that, bro. I fought.
Yeah.
I lost. I got knocked out a couple times. You know what I mean? I know what it is to walk into the locker room and fucking, see everybody sad. I know what going to the hotel and opening up the door and my mom being there waiting for me after I lost the fight. I've been through all that. So that's why my whoever my opponent is, I want to make sure he's okay too and he's safe. And once I seen that, then I go celebrate with Vergil. Because Vergil already won.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go, I got to go. I wanted to go make sure that my opponent was okay.